My name's Andy. I'm the owner and builder of Sandrail 23, and I thought I'd document my investigations into trying to improve the cooling of the Sandrail. I've been having a few problems when I was driving for 3-4 hours at 90+ miles an hour on the autobahns going through Germany and that lot. I was having some heating issues. I want to try and improve the passive cooling of the car without having to have the fans on permanently. So what I've done is for Christmas I asked for a thermal camera. So got a thermal camera. It is a Seek Thermal Compact. You can see it's a little tiny thing. It fits into any mobile phone. In this particular case it's a USB-C. It comes in a small metal housing and has an adjustable lens, and comes in this little waterproof housing to protect it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to shoot some footage of the car to see it's on warm-up, to sort of see where the heat is building up in the car, and also look at the radiator which sits behind this panel to see how the water is flowing through it, and how the passive air flowing over the air radiator is actually cooling it, where the air is going to and what have you. So this radiator is out of an Escort RS Turbo. It's an alloy sort of race radiator. I have a secondary radiator up here which acts like a heater matrix, which is off a Formula Ford, and this has got an adjustable air scoop and a vane as well to try and direct the air evenly onto the cooling surface. So what we're going to do is I'll take these panels off so you can see the engine a bit better, and what we'll do is we'll fire it up and we'll have a look to see where the heat builds up inside the engine on the camera, so we see the reference point of where we're starting from. So as soon as you start the car, obviously we've got the exhaust here, that's just started to heat up, main output there. You can also see the alternator here. Obviously the exhaust carries across here, goes round through here and then exits down the bottom here. We have a point read in the centre here that gives you the local temperature. You can see it's picking up my hand. See the exhaust heat up to 130 degrees. See the alternator there, it's getting rather warm as well. Obviously the engine block. I actually have isolators, so the actual manifold here is remaining, as you see, pretty cold. So we've got here the main water pipes that go up to the top radiator. There's the idle valve, again, as you can see it's warming up. See, there's the main engine block, and obviously the white hot, the exhaust. Interestingly, I had a look before. Now if you take a temperature reading off the exhaust, so that's 167, and you go into the area which has the lagging on it, that's down to 93. Even though you can sort of touch this with the lagging on, it still gives a reading of 93. You can see my hand there, I think it's a little cold, but yeah. So see back of the radiator starting to warm up now. There are my two fans. Let's have a look at the radiator. Okay. Just thing on that. Hey up, I think we spotted a problem already. That's the top of the radiator. I think we've got some blocked channels. So you see the top of the radiator here, see my hand coming into shot there. And also the water's coming in down here. I think
we've got some blocked part of the heater matrix as well. It's a little, you can see the temperature range from the bottom of the radiator. Okay, building up. 39, 40, and cools right off at the top. See, that's where the hot water, where the water's coming in from the engine block, and this is where it exits down the bottom here, in this pipe here, coming out 27 degrees. So, before we start doing anything, looks like the rad's going to have to come off, and we're going to give it a damn good flushing. Here's a view from the side. That's the top of the cylinder head, the spark plugs. Obviously this is auto sensing, so the exhaust there you can see is at near 300 degrees. See there, there's the water pipe through there. That's the water pipe there from the radiator that comes down through to make a little heat shield around there. That's the actual rear light. You can see there the plastic housing which goes around the cam belt. So not sure how clear this is going to be to you guys. Just the lens a bit. See the manifold is still, that's the manifold there, it's still 13 degrees, 20 underneath. The engine block itself is 50 odd degrees. The alternator, that's at 50 odd degrees as well. Little bit of heating over here on the manifold from the exhaust. Okay, so reach about plus 30. To be fair, it still feels actually quite cold to the touch. There's a 3D printed part here. This is an extension to the inlet manifold. You can see there the idle valve is still it's quite warm. The engine block is the knock sensor. It'll be interesting to see actually how much heat goes into the gearbox as well. I think you can see that onto the gearbox. Get out of the exhaust out of the way. Drive shaft. See some heat being transferred. So if you cross the bell housing into the gearbox, it'll be interesting to see how hot the gearbox actually gets actually. One thing I do have on mine is this is a legacy engine, so this pipe here, I'm sure you can see, this one here comes out the back of the cylinder head, and it's on the back of, I think it's number 3 cylinder. This was originally used to go to a modine, which is used to go to the automatic gearbox, but I've actually connected this in so it goes into the water pump, so it circulates around number 3 cylinder. As you can see, that's starting to warm up, that's at 50 odd degrees now. Right, so we're just going to check on the radiator situation. You can see quite clear that it's in desperate need of a flush. Let's see the drop off there, 48. See, there's a 60 odd there. But what we're going to do is we're just going to flick the fans on just to see what the effect of the fans is. So as you can see there, instant reaction to it, drop off, so 16 degrees, 15, see the clear section at the top there, which is obviously, the section at the top here, this section here, it's obviously significantly cool, obviously no water up there. sorted out soon as. What we're going to do is we're going to put the other fan on and see what happens to the core of the other fan. We can see if the area gets dark where the second fan is. This is dropping obviously in temperature wise, we've got some black areas up here now. You can see the black areas starting to grow here, so the significantly drop in temperature. So let's give the engine a blip, see what the oh yeah. See this change in temperature there as the water obviously flowed through quicker. And the cold's building back up again. Well, that's going to be our reference point for the moment.